Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a Saving a Disaster battle playing as Avalon, going up against the Blood Voyage, which is a faction that Hargoneth spawns, but they'll only ever spawn it when you're playing as Avalon. Now, this is fairly early on in the campaign, it's like turn 30, and so going up against these kind of units on turn 30 when you've only got basic spears and archers can be a real problem. You've got loads of armor, very high leadership, so they're going to basically fight to the death. They've all got perfect vigor as well, and the guy just totally wasn't expecting it because he's new to the game. Now he's playing on normal unit scale, which is definitely not something that I would recommend for this particular fight. You can't do anything to change it mid-campaign, but normally I reject normal unit scale fights or small unit scale fights because they usually, the pacing is not very good. Much prefer ultra and large unit scale, but I make exceptions from time to time, so this is one of those cases. So when I bump up the difficulty here, like I said, the guy's new to the game, so he's playing on a lower difficulty, and let's jump in here and I'll read out the email. Give some more context, which there is a lot of context here. So he says, "Hi Legend, I'm pretty new to Total War games. Warhammer is my first one, and after finally beating the Realms of Chaos campaign, every campaign I try and start on Immortal Empires goes completely tits up within an hour or so. This one has gone the longest when this hit. They have declared war because of an alliance, and then they sailed over. Silly me assuming it would be a force resembling what I had fought so far, so I didn't leave Alariel there to defend." So yeah, I don't think he realizes that. I think the alliance that he's thinking of is that they're allied to Hargoneth. Again, I have to look at the campaign map to know for sure. But yeah, Hargoneth spawns this army. Anyway, I've tried everything I and some other people can think of, but my spearmen just rout before the archers can do much damage, plus the dragon and cav absolutely wreak havoc upon my lines. I tried hiding and luring them around with my lords, corner camping, and as a noob, I just cannot beat this. Okay, there's actually a fair few things that's working against you here because of your settings rather than the actual difficulty of the battle. The fact that I've upped this to like very hard battle difficulty and maximum cheats is less of an effect than the fact that you're on normal unit scale. Now, most of the time, the unit scale doesn't make a huge difference, but in this is one of those cases where it actually kind of does. So I want to explain it just a little bit. I don't want to spend too long on it, but basically, if you were playing on ultra unit scale for this one, you probably wouldn't have needed to send this in as a disaster battle. You would have been able to handle it yourself, because there's certain things happening to you on this battle here on normal unit scale that wouldn't happen to someone on ultra unit scale. So I'll just briefly explain it. So basically, this unit has 60 entities in it. If it was on ultra unit scale, it would have 120 entities in it. That would be roughly the size of the unit. So that means you've got more entities that aren't engaged in a fight straight away, meaning that the percentage of health from this unit goes down really quickly. Now that incurs an additional leadership penalty apart from just damage, where it's still applied to the same one, but you can get up to minus 100 leadership on these units as a penalty if you take damage really quickly. So on smaller unit scales, your units will take damage way faster relative to the unit scale because of just not being able to scale everything based on the unit scale. Now, another thing is area of effect abilities like dragons. So if you've got a unit standing like this, for example, and it uses a dragon breath attack, it'll hit most of the unit. So it'll go down to about this much health, and it'll basically rout it after just one dragon breath. Whereas if it was on ultra unit scale and you had a unit like this, assuming it's one unit, it'd hit roughly in the middle here, and it would probably do health down to about here, which would not cause it to rout. So there's certain things on this unit scale which is giving them the advantage over different unit scales. Now, if you don't know how to change unit scale, you go into the graphic settings here, advanced unit size, and bump that up to ultra. That is the most balanced for the game, where the majority of the units in the game will be relatively balanced. But single entities are always the most powerful units in the game on all unit scales. It's just they're way more powerful on smaller unit scales. I think that's what the problem here is. Now, I think you had the right instincts to hide the units, because for one thing, we don't want them to come at us before our reinforcements have arrived, and it'll take some time for them to get here. I'm not sure if you knew how to move the reinforcement markers, but you need to do that. Okay. Now, in order for us to win against this army here, because they've all got perfect vigor and they'll eventually get murderous prowess, which is pretty friggin' dangerous when they're using high tier units. We're on small units, a smaller unit scale, and
At your command.
Yeah, they got higher tier units than us. It would be really good if we could get them to waste the murderous prowess. The problem is the units that I really am going to be focusing on to get rid of early are their like monster units. Things like the Cold One Dread Knights and the Dragon over there. So let's start with the Dragon. What I want to do is try to bring a single unit over this way, isolate it and kill it before these guys here can do anything about it, and then just hide before something's done. Okay, this one's been revealed. Take them off fire at will. Stand back a little bit. Okay, it sees us. Hang on. Got a fireball with this one here, but not too worried about doing that right now. Okay, try to dodge that if we can. Good. Some of the trees blocked a lot of that attack. That's really freaking good. So that worked out well for us. Let's see if it comes in and probably wants to come out, fight us in melee. Good. I just don't want it to land on the archers. It hasn't seen the archers yet. Otherwise it would. So wait for it to come in. There we go. Okay, it's landed. Properly landed. Send them all in. Notice how our units haven't instantly routed yet. Not taking nuked penalty. Alright, they're going to very soon start moving over to here to come and interact with us. But if we kill this dragon and hide before they get too close, we should be able to hide again, and they'll just forget about us. Now, ideally we want to get as close as possible so that we don't hit as many trees, just waste our ammo. I'd really like it if the next unit that came over here was the Cold One Dread Knights. Okay, you came over here, that's good, bring them over. So that's one set of reinforcements, bring them in. Make sure they're not on fire at will. God mode, yep. And the dragon was killed having dished out only 1,500 damage. That is really, really fucking good. Okay. Because, yeah, I guarantee you he probably was doing like 10,000 damage even on this unit scale. Okay, see how they're all starting to make their way over here? We need to now hide everyone so that they stop. Lure them back over this way. And then reveal ourselves again. And hope that they send a unit of like Cold One Dread Knights or the Hydra. Now we have to check all this area, make sure they're all hidden. Also, our reinforcements, other reinforcements will be coming in again soon. Yeah, 2 minutes, okay. Good, they're all making their way over this way, that's good. Now, it is possible for those Cold One Dread Knights to actually catch us, because if they start charging, they get a speed boost. That is pretty damn large, and they could catch up to us. Now, if we drop this one down to maybe 25% health remaining, I think these two shouldn't have any trouble beating it in melee. But the best thing to do is not get too close to it, because that's when they start charging. So we can outrun it at the moment. Alright, they have got a unit of Cold One Riders. Okay, going up. I thought it might be going over this way, but all of our units are hidden. I do want it to do that, just not yet. Alright, let's now reveal this one here. Move it over to this spot again. Maybe we've got an opportunity here to use a fireball. If we could hit the Hargoneth Executioners, that'd be great. Yeah, that's another thing. They got a big type advantage with that one. But knocking them out with some of those fireballs would be good. Really want them to be shooting at the Cold One Dread Knights. Good. Alright, has it been... Okay, it's been revealed. And good. Cold One Dread Knight making its way over here. Excellent. Now, we're in a terrible formation here, but I don't really want to move around because it might reveal some of our other units, and the Cold One Dread Knights are way less of a threat than the Dragon. We'll be fine. But we want to have these units here just be as far away from them as possible, so they're just not able to get over there in time. Also, I would like the opportunity to use up as many of these fireballs as possible. Okay, they came over here, that's fine. This one's still making its way over, just moseying on in, that's fine. Because it thinks it can win against one unit. It doesn't realize it's going up against heaps because the AI's got no memory whatsoever. It needs to download some more fucking RAM. Okay, these two should be able to beat this one very soon without too much damage. Yep, and as soon as it commits into the fight here, that's when we try to pin it down and get rid of it completely. It's a trap. And we brace. And there we go. Okay, all spearmen. Get in there. That's it. You get in there as well. Don't necessarily need to flank it. Okay, now archers, we're blobbed up, so we don't really want that. We got a little bit of time before they'll be able to get over here, so I think that should be fine. It'd be really good if we can make sure that it can't get away. That one's doing a fair bit of damage. Okay, don't fire at will, because otherwise it's going to shoot at infantry units. It's now a good time. Yeah, witch elves are important to get rid of. Hopefully we don't hit dirt. Like, now would be a good... Oh, whatever. If it doesn't want to do it, doesn't want to do it. Okay. Good. I mean, that one there did a fair bit of damage, but this is a unit that has fear, so we're being affected by it. If we get rid of all their units with fear, we're not going to rout as easily when the main fight begins. Okay, don't waste your ammo on broken unit, but it isn't completely wiped out. Maybe just one more volley. Okay, let's get them back over here and hidden again. So they're starting to come back around here again. Don't want that too much. How's this going? Okay, it's shattered. It should be wiped out. Alright, once again. Infantry, move over this way. Okay, this guy is really badly damaged. We'll move him to the back. Alright. Yeah, that fireball that I called off. Yeah, I didn't use it. Okay, get them all back in there. So there's just... Okay, yeah, that's a wiped out unit. Good. As more of our guys hide, they'll start reallocating their efforts back over here again. Good. Because, yeah, when you're going up against superior units like this, even if you've got the balance of power now, I guarantee you, if I was just to stand out over here and fight them, we would probably still lose. Just because we've got so many type disadvantages. Loads and loads of spearmen is just not ideal in this situation here, even though they've got the huge monster units. Because they're shit spearmen. And it's medium unit scale, normal unit scale, which is not good for this situation. Okay, so then, let's take a full strength unit of spears, because if we use a unit that's too weak, they won't send a monster unit, or something that's particularly strong, which is what I do want them to do. Don't want them to send a unit of dread spears. I want them to use like a Hargoneth executioner or something like that. Or more importantly, bring in the War Hydra would be good. Okay, let's try to shoot that a bit more.
Agreed. With Kadate, Princess of Ulthuan, Defender of Ulthuan.
Okay, so we got one unit revealed. Alright, yep.
Princess of Ulthuan, moving out.
Should be able to beat them outright, because this one here is anti-large.
Guide my bow. At once.
But still, while we've got the shots, might as well stand out, because this one here does do a lot of damage.
Princess of Ulthuan, for Ulthuan.
Okay, let's take it out, and that'll be their last fast unit.
Attack.
I might need to actually reveal another unit, because they're not taking the bait so well.
At your command.
Yeah, all this running around is making us tired, but not their units. Oh, no, actually, they were bringing some troops over here, but they were, like, hidden. Yeah, I was hoping it wasn't those ones. Come on, I need to get rid of this before they get here. Come on. Wavering. There we go. It's gone. And because we're close to the edge of the map, it should leave the battlefield. Good, 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 good.
It shall be.
Fucker hit me.
With Kadate. Minaith. Understood.
Okay, good. Their infantry are so far over here that even if they do send a few units over that way, we should be fine. And like I said, I want to try to get them to use up their murderous prowess as early as possible, so that, you know, the bulk of their units just waste it. Because that's a very powerful ability for them on this battle here.
What orders? Asturian wills it.
It does look like they're actually trying to search for us now. That's fine, as long as they're spread out all over the place.
Princess of Ulthuan. At once. Advancing.
I would use the fireball, but the rough terrain basically... Oh, what?
With haste.
Fucking rallied.
Seal. My queen, come on.
Rough terrain basically guarantees we're just going to shoot dirt.
Azor, princess.
Loyal servant.
So they will eventually discover us. And they're just moving... And they're running. Okay, just let them do that.
Daughter of Ulthuan.
Alright, this is a high value unit
Princess
that's
of Ulthuan.
kind of weak against fireball, so let's use it. Much prefer to hit a big blob, but sometimes you just gotta go for whatever you can get. Just let them keep making their way over here, while we keep the bulk of them over this way. That's good. Because yeah, it's gonna be a lot easier to get rid... Okay, here we go. A lot easier to get rid of them. In fact, when it comes to these ones here, these bleak swords, it might be best to not shoot at them, because we should be able to rout them, and that way we can preserve our ammunition. Because there's another leadership penalty that we can apply when you massively outnumber enemy forces, called the faster, stronger enemy penalty. So if we surround them, we should be able to smash them really quickly. And yeah, these other ones are coming in. Now the thing is, in order to activate the murderous prowess, there just needs to be a certain number of like entities that have died in the battle. So killing a dragon is the same as killing a single bleak sword unit. But look at this, their unit at half health on very hard battle difficulty. We're going to rout it because of the faster, stronger enemy penalty. I think that one caps out at 24 or 26, I can't remember exactly. There we go. Now the problem here though is that when you have routed it and you close in on it like this, is that you actually end up not doing any more damage to it after a while, because it's just sort of blobbed up. So we need them to actually back off. But at least we didn't use up any of our ammo on that one. And if you have a look at how much damage that one did, not very much at all. It did not trade very well against us. Alright, I would like to shoot the Hydra a bit, because at least we got flame oh no, this one here had flame shot. Yeah, I don't know, I mean, probably not going to get through all of its regen, but it is what it is.
Princess of Ulthuan.
Ever loyal.
Princess. Elfry.
Okay,
As you say.
yeah, still trying to get rid of it. Best to use one unit to try to run it down. Unfortunately, we don't have any cavalry, which would have been handy for this. They're sending too many units over this way, so just back off. And we need to hide again, because yeah, there's too many coming over here, and I haven't done what I needed to do yet. So just make sure everyone's hidden. There's some wonky areas in this area for hiding. Need to get them all back over here. Just getting too close. Yep. Fucker rallied. Close to us. But if we get enough distance, we can hide again. Because we do not want to fight them in here. Our archers will not shoot very well. Are they all hidden? They appear to be all hidden. So what we should be seeing... Yep, okay, good. They're turning back around. Good, good, good. That's what we wanted to see. Alright, just watch out for this one who's shooting at us. Has it hit us yet? A little bit. Alright, I'm going to go for those Sisters of Slaughter with a fireball. There's a unit coming in over this way. Is someone not hidden? No, they're all hidden.
What orders? Moving out.
Loyal guardian.
That's fine, as long as nobody else gets in the way. Oh god, look at this blob. Yeah, you need to move to the back and try to...
We will obey.
Definitely don't want to be shooting when we're like this. Just give it some more time. As soon as someone's discovered... Okay, there we go. Let me go for it.
I will obey.
Good. Their army is getting more and more spread out. That's exactly what we want to see. So that we just, like I said, don't get totally fucked up by their army. Make sure we've got plenty of ammo because it preserves our balance of power. I'm going to bring them over here and fight here against them just to try to slow them down while we're dealing with this. Try to get around it if we can. I'm not willing to come out just yet because I really want to get rid of that murderous prowess before the main fight begins. Also, if we bring all of our forces out, they might collect all their forces together and come at us in a reasonable formation instead of in waves. So far we have not killed that many of them. Good, got some of their attention again. That's great. Got another fireball ready. Let's go for that one there, just because it's a big cluster of them. Should be able to hit more of them that way. Yeah, I'm shooting off the high value unit. Okay, so those dread spears have done next to nothing. That's good. Okay, I need all these spearmen to move back in here and hide, because they're getting very fucking close, and they're faster than us. I need to get our lord, this dude here, out here to draw them away. Because at least now we don't have to worry about him fighting anything particularly fast, because he's the slowest of the three. Just run around over there. So you guys need to hide. Good. I would like to fight the Hydra on its own. These other ones here will give it too much support. If it's going to go chase after this guy, that's fine. We'll try to lure him a different direction. Okay. That's good. Alright, no more fireballs, no more ammo left on them. Pretty happy with the damage output so far. I really want to make sure this one here doesn't rally. But if we go into melee with it, it'll actually pull us out of hidden. Ah, shit. Sometimes their broken units can actually discover your troops, and it looks like that's exactly what's going to happen. Fuck. Oh, they fucking rallied. Okay, we gotta move. We gotta move. Fucking routed straight into us there. Okay, at least they're kind of spread out, but yeah. It was always a long shot getting to all of those units killed before then. Oh, that wasn't as bad as what it could have been. This guy's going to have to stay behind to hold them back while everybody else gets into position. Because, yeah, that is fucked formation for sure. Did do a shitload of damage, but we've got to get out in the open now if we want our archers to do anything at all. That guy's got to hold them back now. Now, they're not tired at all. These ones here, come on over. At least those units are lagging behind. Fucking bloody Hydra. Try to pin it down with another spearman unit. Luckily that one's a garrison unit, because I can tell it's got no experience. God, these units are fucking unbreakable. Alright, time to just fire at will. At least they're kind of blobbed up. That'll make it easier for us to hit them. Yeah, it would have been great if we had already used, if they'd already used up the oh god, that fucking breath attack. Would have been great if they'd already used up their murderous prowess. Get rid of the Hydra, because that is a big threat to us. Much better focus fire on it as quickly as possible. It'll get a bit of a heal. Yep, there it is. Okay, now as for the next dangerous units, or anything that's really high damage output, so Hargoneth Executioners, Witch Elves, anything like that, we really need to get rid of them as a top priority. keep some units in reserve and make sure the archers are able to shoot. Shit, it would be better if they were in a checkerboard formation. Good, these ones have rallied. I need to get this one over here. This guy's soft. There's the murderous prowess. At least not all of them are active with it. Yeah, the unit's basically going to fight to the death. Sisters of Slaughter need to go. Move them back a little bit. Yeah, you see how long our fucking melee infantry survive? Just to say, not at all. Drawing them away is just as good as holding them back. But yeah, their units are faster than ours. So can't do much about that. And they're unbreakable, so you can't do anything about that either. Yep, deal with these goddamn witch elves. You definitely need to be shooting at those Hargoneth executioners when they get in close. Anything that's high damage, that's what we need to be focusing on. Try to inflict the army losses as early as we possibly can. Be distracting. Okay, Hargoneth executioners are over here. Get rid of them. Don't fight them, it's just pointless. They'll just murder you really quickly. Here. Yeah, you don't always have to hold the line. If you can just draw them in a wrong direction, away from your archers, that can work as well. Get away, get away, get away. Hargoneth executioners will rip us to shreds. Okay, at least the murderous prowess is over, and there's the army losses. Cool. If we didn't take out the dragon and the Cold One Dread Knights, 99% of them, before this battle begun, we definitely would have been fucking wrecked. Because our front line, that melted. Didn't stand a chance. Alright, I want to make sure this guy here dies. And do our best to get rid of Hargoneth executioners if possible. We're not going to be able to outrun their units, but I'll see what I can do. Yeah, because our units will be somewhat tired, and there's a perfect vigor, so that's not going to do anything. But yeah, we got them. And I don't think any of our units got wiped out, although there was one spearman unit that was very low on health. Very low on entities. I'm not sure. So I'll just pause the recording here and run them down. Okay, killed the enemy lord, and most of their other units got away, but they're not. This is an army that can't recover. Well, I mean, she could just make another one and send it in. That unit there might have gotten wiped out. Looks like it might. Last time I saw it, it was at 6 entities, but it may have shattered and lost a couple of others. It does look like that one got wiped out. Good thing about Spearman, though, is it's easy to replace, but it had some experience. Still, it buys you some time before the next one. No, down to 4 entities. Luckily, that's not enough for it to get wiped out, because one more casualty, and it would have been. And you scored a potion of healing with that. If we go replenishment as opposed to money. I'm assuming we're in friendly territory. It's a lot of replenishment for sure, but that's some really good money, so we'll go with that. Yep, Shrine of Cain area. Fair enough. Oh, we were the attacker. Huh, I didn't even realize. We would have said that at the beginning of the battle. I just assumed they were attacking us. So let's have a look what's going on here with this one.
Elf one triumphant.
Ugh, okay. So, Hargoneth is not allied with anyone. So yeah, the guy just doesn't know what he's doing, really. I mean, very low reliability. Ugh, I don't know how this happened. I could only guess. Doesn't matter. Very, very bad in a high elf campaign to have very low reliability. That's really, really, really fucking bad. Don't do that. But you know, rookie mistake. Because diplomacy is one of their strongest points, and that just makes diplomacy near impossible for you. But yeah, that is easy for you to finish off now. Don't need to worry about that. But yeah, as soon as that gets wiped out, she'll send another one, but it'd take a little while for it to come over here. That was already damaged before we fought it. So put a couple of extra units in your armies here, and then it should be able to handle future blood voyages, depending on if they get stronger or not. So yeah, these ones here have got extra campaign movement range, They've also got Frenzy. I didn't even see that one on top of it, and they got Perfect Vigor. So with Frenzy, that allows them to absolutely smash your units really quickly. So that's what was going on there. You had no morale because of the unit scale. They had Perfect Vigor, so their stats weren't being adjusted as they kept fighting. They were having Frenzy, and then they would get the Murderous Prowess and just rip through your lines. Absolutely. So yeah, that's why it was so important to take out a bunch of their key units that were particularly terrifying really early on. Okay, so we'll put it back down to normal battle difficulty and send it back over to him. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something about why you shouldn't be playing on lower unit scales. Hope you enjoyed it. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.